ॐ वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां विषये भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। साक्षात्कृतं दयानन्दं परमार्थस्वरूपिणं तत्त्वज्ञानप्रशास्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ नमो भगवते वैवस्वताय मृत्यवे ब्रह्मविद्याचार्याय नचिकेतसे च You can repeat. येन रूपं रसं गन्धम्
येन रूपं
रसं गन्धम्
शब्दान् स्पर्शांश्च मैथुनान्
शब्दान् स्पर्शांश्च
मैथुनान्
एतेनैव विजानाति
एतेनैव विजानाति
किमत्र परिशिष्यते
किमत्र परिशिष्यते
एतद्वैतत्
एतद्वैतत्
स्वप्नान्तं जागरितान्तं
स्वप्नान्तं
जागरितान्तं
शोभौ येनानुपश्यति
पश्यति
महान्तं विभुमात्मानं मत्वा धीरो न शोचति य इमं मध्वदं वेद आत्मानं जीवमन्तिकात् ईशानं भूतभव्यस्य न ततो विजुगुप्सते एतद्वैतत्
एतद्वैतत्
यः पूर्वं तपसो जातम्
यः
यः
पूर्वं
पूर्वं
तपसो
तपसो
जातं
जातम्
अद्यः पूर्वमजायत
अद्यः पूर्वमजायत
पूर्वमजायत
गुहां प्रविश्य तिष्ठन्तम्
गुहां प्रविश्य तिष्ठन्तम्
यो भूतेभिर्व्यपश्यत
यो भूतेर्व्यपश्यत
एतद्वैतत्
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 या प्राणेन सम्भवति
या
प्राणेन
प्राणेन
सम्भवति
सम्भवति
अतिथिर्देवतामयी
अदितेर्देवतामयी
देवतामयी
गुहां प्रविश्य तिष्ठन्ति
गुहां
प्रविश्य
प्रविश्य
तिष्ठन्ति
या भूतेर्भिर्व्यजायत
या
भूतेर्व्यजायत
भूतेर्व्यजायत
एतद्वैतत्
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 अरण्योर्निहितो जातवेदाः
अरण्यो
निहितो
निहितो
जातवेदाः
जातवेदाः
गर्भ इव सुभृतो गर्भिणीभिः
गर्भैकसुभृतो गर्भिणीभिः
गर्भिणीभिः
is Garbhinibihi, not Garbhini. That is also another typo. Two typos are there. One is Subhrito, the one is Garbhinibihi. Dive diva idyo jagravadhihi.
दिवे
दिवे
दिवैको
दिवगीतो
जाग्रवद्भिः
जाग्रवद्भिः
अविष्मद्भिर्मनुष्येभिरग्निः
मनुष्येभिरग्निः
एतद्वैतत्
एतद्वैतत्
यतश्चोदेति सूर्यः
यतश्चोदेति सूर्यः
अस्तं यत्र च गच्छति
तं
यत्र च गच्छति
तं देवाः सर्वे अर्पिताः
तं
देवाः
देवाः
सर्वे अर्पिताः
तदुनात्येति कश्चन
तदुनाथ्येति कश्चन
एतद्वैतत्
एतद्वैतत्
यदेवेग तदमुत्र
यदेवेह तदमुत्र
यदमुत्र तदन्विह
यदमुत्र तदन्विह
मृत्यो समृत्युमाप्नोति
मृत्यो
समृत्युमाप्नोति
समृत्युमाप्नोति
यैह नानेव पश्यति
यैह नानेव
यनानेव
पश्यति
पश्यनानेव पश्यति
मनसैवेदमाप्तव्यम्
मनसैवेदमाप्तव्यम्
वेदमाप्तव्यम्
नेह नास्ति किञ्चन
नेहनानास्ति किञ्चन
मृत्यो समृत्युं गच्छति
मृत्यो
मृत्यो
समृत्युं
गच्छति
यैह नानेव पश्यति
यैह नानेव पश्यति
This is an important mantra which we saw in the last class. Important in the sense this mantra can create a samshaya, a doubt in the mind of the student regarding the presentation of the Tattvam by the Shastram. One Shastram says यतो वाचो निवर्तन्ते अप्राप्य मनसा सह आनन्दं ब्रह्मणो विद्वान् न बिभेति कुतश्च नेति. Taittiriya Upanishad says, Vachaha nivartante yataha yasmat. Vachaha, the words, return back. Why return back? Failing to objectify. Objectify in terms of conception, conceiving the object. An object is conceived in the mind with the properties, with certain properties. An object is nothing but its properties. The properties are conceived in the mind, and the object is the knowledge of the object is gained. So, but with regard to the Brahma, Vachaha nivartante, the words return back, not able to objectify, because Brahmatma is not an object. Therefore, words cannot objectify. Brahma already we have seen it is Sukshmatvat Sukshmaha, Anoraniyan Mahato Magiyan. Even though words are Sukshma, the words itself cannot do the job. What about the mind, which is Ati Sukshma? Aprapya Manasa Saha, Manas also. Manasa Saha, along with the mind. Along with the mind, the words return back. The mind also cannot do the job. In fact, mind is involved in every operation of the Indriyas. Indriyas alone cannot operate. Indriyas operate backed up by the mind. Minus mind, Indriyas, they don't function. Therefore, mind also cannot objectify this Shuddha Chaitanyam. So therefore, Aprapya Manasa Saha, without Aprapya, not having gained, mind also comes back along with the words. If mind cannot objectify, with the mind, Brahmatma cannot be understood. Then here the Upanishad says, Manasa eva idam aptavyam. By the mind alone, idam Brahma, idam referring to Brahma, idam aptavyam, to be gained. It is contradictory. Idam Brahma aptavyam, gaining is not physical gaining. Aptavyam is veditavyam. Manasa eva idam Brahma veditavyam. How Taittiriya Upanishad says it is not possible. Not only Taittiriya Upanishad, even the Kena Upanishad also says the same thing. Kena Upanishad says, Shotrasya Shotram Manaso Manoyat Vachoha Vacham Sahu Pranasya Pranaha Chakshushash Chakshuhu Atimuchya Dhiraha Iti Yat Vacha Anabhyudidam Yena Vak Abhyudayate Tadeva Brahmatvam Vidhi Nedam Edidam Upasate Yen Manasana Manute Yenahur Manomatam Yet Manasana Manute, that by the mind not able to conceive or think of, because of which the mind is mind, that Brahma. So, two contradictory teaching. By the mind, this Brahmatma cannot be understood. Taittiriya Upanishad as well as Kena Upanishad says that the mind has got limitation. It cannot, because Brahmatma is Sukshmatvat Sukshma. Mind is Sukshma, Ati Sukshma, but Sukshma to the mind. It is Sukshma of everything. Anoraniyan, at the same time Mahataha Mahiyan. But here in the Kathopanishad, Yamadharma Raja says, Manasa eva idam Brahma aptavyam veditavyam. Katam, therefore here we say, Manasa means by the mind. Mind is the antakharanam. In the mind only the knowledge takes place. Mind only the knowledge takes place. But the mind here, what type of mind is that? It is Shastra Acharya Samskritena Eva Ekagrena Manasa. By the Shastram, by the Acharya, the mind which is Samskrita, which is refined, Ekagrena, which is focused by that mind only, it is Veditavyam. Aptavyam Veditavyam. Acharya Agama Samskritena Manasa. By the mind, with the mind only, anything can be known. Without mind, no vritti, and therefore no knowledge can take place. Even Brahma Jnanam also, being a Jnanam, knowledge. Knowledge is vritti Jnanam, the form of the thoughts. Ajnanam is also a vritti. Ajnanam also vritti. Jnanam is also a vritti, a thought. Ajnana vritti to go and the Jnana vritti to take place. How does it take place? It takes place with the help of the mind only. Without mind, Ajnana vritti cannot be removed, cannot be replaced by Jnana vritti. Vritti means mind. So then in that case, is it not contradictory, the teaching? No, it is not contradictory. There it is not contradictory. Taittiriya Upanishad and Kena Upanishad says, mind is also a limited one. It's also a created. Brahma which is not created, and therefore that which is Anadi, Ananta Brahma, how can it be objectified by? In terms of objectification, the Upanishad negates, because Brahma is not an object. Brahma is not like any object. Therefore, mind cannot objectify. The mind also is a mind. That's the function of mind because of this Chaitanya. Therefore, the Upanishad negates. Na manasa iti. But here it says manasa eva idam aptavyam. Jnanam, Brahma Jnanam is possible only through the mind. It doesn't mean the Brahma is objectified. So there is no contradiction between the two things. What the Taittiriya Upanishad or Kena Upanishad says and what Kathopanishad says, there is no contradiction. Brahmatma cannot be objectified. And that unobjectifiable Brahma can be known when we say not in terms of objectification. can be known only by the mind. Because only by the mind, only any knowledge is possible. Therefore, because we know through the mind doesn't mean it is objectified. In fact, it is not really known. Brahmajnanam really, it is negation of what is not. Ajnana nivritti is jnana prapti. In fact, no new knowledge is gained. Already it is there, but it is not understood. That misunderstanding, that is what a Shastram does. Shastram doesn't create any new knowledge. The job of the Shastram is only to remove Ajnana. If Shastram creates a new knowledge, any new knowledge about a new thing, then what about the then what about the Ajnanam? Then Jnanam cannot be then Ajnanam cannot be Jnana Virodhi. In the rise of this Jnanam, that Ajnanam cannot go because two things are different. If Shastram creates new knowledge and this Ajnanam is there, how can the new knowledge remove this Ajnanam? For Ajnanam to go, what we need is Jnanam. That opposite of that is required. That is why the very definition of Ajnanam, we say Jnana Virodhi. We don't say it is abhavarte nanch pratyaya there. It is Jnana Virodhi. In the wake of Jnanam, Ajnanam goes away. In the wake of light, the darkness goes away. They two cannot coexist. So, therefore, Shastram or the teacher cannot remove this Ajnanam by creating a new knowledge. They create the knowledge which is opposite to that. It is not a new knowledge. It is removal of this Ajnana. In fact, there is no new knowledge. It is removal of this Ajnana. That's why Bhashyakara beautifully, the Bhashyam also, he says this Timira Drishti. Timira Drishti is this the stultified vision. The vision which is a defective vision. Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya. Ajnana is a Timira. For the Timira to go, the vision is already there, but there is a layer covering the vision. That has to be removed. So you are not creating any new vision. Vision is obstructed. That obstruction is removed. That is what the Shastram does. For that, the mind has to be prepared. The mind has to gain certain yogyata. How does it gain? By Acharya, by Agama, Shastram. So therefore, Bhashyakara says, Manasa here it means not that mind by mind, the Chaitanyam is objectified. By the mind means by the Shuddha Antakaranena. Acharya Agama Samskritena Manasa. A Shuddha Antakarana. By the mind, which is Shuddha, which is pure, which is relatively pure. Shuddha Antakarana Janyena. Soham iti pratyayena. By that pratyaya, by that thought, vritya, veditavyam, aptavyam, veditavyam. Shuddha Antakaranena and manana samarthena. Here Antakaranam when we say manana samarthena Antakaranena eva. The mind which has done sufficient mananam, nididhyasanam, or the mind which is ready for the manana and nididhyasana, then it is ready for manana and nididhyasana only when it has done shravanam. Therefore, shravanam followed by manana and nididhyasana. Shravanena Shastra Vakya Acharya Mukat Shravanena, then followed by the mind, which is now we have gained manana shilatva, manana yogyata, mananena nididhyasanena. That mind which is samartha now, by that mind, anasa eva idam brahma aptavyam veditavyam. Aptavyam veditavyam. By that mind, by the mind which has gained this knowledge, which has knocked off the ajnana vritti, and jnana vritti has taken place, then by that mind, nanatvam, the vedaha, apashyati, na iha nanasti. Nanatvam nasti. Nanatvam is veda. Vedaha na vidyate. There is no veda, there is no difference. With regard to this Brahmani Vishaye, Kinchana Nanatvam Nasti. There is no Nanatvam, there is no Vedaha with regard to this Brahma Vishaye. Iha means Iha Brahmani Vishaye. Iha Brahmani Vishaye, Prapte Brahmani Vishaye, this Brahma Jnanam, with regard to this Brahma Jnanam, there is, with regard to this Brahma, there is no Nanatvam. There are no divisions in Brahma. Being Advaita, there are no many. There are no many. So Advaita Brahmani Vishaye Nanatvam Nasti. Nanatvam Nasti. But Nanatvam is there. We perceive the many, the plurality in the Vyavahara. That is Mithya. That is what we chant in the Lalita Sahasranam also. Mithya Jagat Adhisthana. Mithya Jagat. What is the Adhisthana? Adhisthana is that Parabrahma, which is visualized in the form of the Devi, Lalita, Tripura Sundari. Mithya Jagat Adhisthana. So, therefore, there is no Veda, there is no Nanatvam. But in this, Abheda Brahmani, Advaita Brahmani, the one who does the Kalpitam, Nanatva Kalpitam, who does the who does the division, who divides, who sees a division, Saha Mudaha eva. Saha Mudaha eva. Why? Because he will continue to be in samsara because of this Veda Drishti. Veda Drishtya samsaraha, Abheda Drishtya muktaha bhavati. Dvaita jnanat samsaraha vartate. Advaita jnanat muktaha bhavati. Sadhyo muktihi prapyate, apnoti. So therefore, Mudaha iha Advaite Brahmani Nanatvam Vedam Pashyati Saha Pratyava Mrityum, that is Maranat Maranam Punaha Janma Marana, the Chakre Vartate, Janma Marana Dharam Gachati. They continue to flow in this Janma Marana cycle. Prapnoti, apnoti. They continue to be. It is not something to be gained. They continue to be in this samsara chakra, bhavasahara. So, therefore, idam brahma manasa eva aptavyam. Iha referring to that Brahma. Iha Brahmani Kinchana Nana is Veda na asti nasti. Yaha Iha referring to again the Brahmani Vishye Nana Iva Pashyati. That is, Iva is very important because there are no divisions in Brahma. And the division is kalpitam by the Ajnani. Therefore, Iva. The divisionless is considered to be divided. But Advaitam is made to be Dvaitam, which is really impossible. But impossible is as though made possible. That is only possible by Maya. Agadita Gatana Patiyasi Maya. That which is impossible is made possible, or could be made possible only by Maya. Therefore, Iva. If real Nanatvam is there, then that Nanatvam cannot be removed. But there is no Nanatvam, but Nanatvam Pashyati, therefore Iva. So, Iha Nana Iva Pashyati, Saha Mrityaho Mrityam Gacchati. Because of Iva, the Iva means it is Ajnanam. Iva, that which is not, is seen. Therefore it is Timira Drishti, it is Ajnana Drishti, Ajnana. How does Ajnanam will go? Only by Jnanam. Therefore, Aptavyam. Aptavyam means gained, should be gained. Veditavyam. Ajnana Vishaya Karanat. Aptavyam means Veditavyam. Because this is Paravishaya. Param chet Jnatavyam. Aparam chet Praptavyam. It is not Aparavidya. Aparavidya means you have to work to gain. First you have to work, then you have to gain. So gaining is preceded by knowledge. But with regard to Paravidya, knowing itself is gain. Therefore, Aptavyam is equal to Veditavyam. This mantra says, and we have read the Bhashyam. We can read the Bhashyam. Just reading. Already we have seen the Bhashyam in detail. I'll explain the meaning of the Bhashyam. You can read the Bhashyam, the lines of the Bhashyam. Manasa
idam
Brahmaikarasam Aptavyam
brahmaikarasam aptavyam
Atma eva na anyat asti iti.
Atma eva anyat asti iti.
Okay. This we have seen Brahmaikarasam. What is Brahmaikarasam? Special rasam. You have never heard this type of rasam. Brahma Ekarasam. That is Rupadishu Vedadikam na iti etat. That Prameya Vishaya, which is Brahma, there is no Veda with regard to the Rupa, Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, all these Vedas are not there. Therefore, it is Ekarasam. In Rasam also, what we eat, lot of ingredients are mixed up. So many things are there. And it is made Rasam. Therefore, Rasam is a mixture. Brahma is not a mixture. It is not cooked up by so many ingredients. It is one. Therefore, Ekarasam. So, Rupadishu Vedadikam Nasti. That's why Ekarasam. That is the meaning of the word Rasa. Apte cha. Anat pratyupasthapikaya avidyayaha. Nivrittatvat Brahmani nana nasti.
इह
इह
ब्रह्मणि
ब्रह्मणि
नाना
नास्ति
किञ्चन अनुमात्रम् अपि
किञ्चन
किञ्चन
अनुमात्रम्
अनुमात्रम्
अपि
अपि
आप्ते च आप्ते is प्राप्ते Brahmani apte sati. When this Brahma is gained, how? Agam Brahma iti jnanat. When this Brahma is understood as myself, that understanding, that jnanam removes ajnanam. So, nanatva pratyupastapikayaha avidyayaha. Avidya is because of avidya only, this nanatvam is there. So, nanatvam, this avidya which projects, this avidya which is because of which this nanatvam, the differences are projected, that nanatvam, this avidya when it is removed, jnana prapte sati, then what happens? Then understand, Iha referring to Iha, the word means in the mantra, Brahmani nana nasti, anumatram api. Even anumatram, even a little of difference is not there, that when it is understood that Brahma is myself, anumatram api vedaha nasti, abeda Brahmani anumatram api vedaha nasti, then it is understood, anumatram api. Then yastu
यस्तु
यस्तु
avidyatmya drishtim na munchati.
पुनः
पुनः
अविद्यातिमिरदृष्टिं
अविद्यातिमिरदृष्टिं
न मुञ्चति
Nana eva.
नाना
नाना
एव
Nana iva, not eva. Nana iva pashyati.
नाना
ना इव
इव
पश्यति
Samrityoho vrittim gacchati. Gacchati eva.
मृत्योः
सा
मृत्युं गच्छति
मृत्योर्मृत्युं
एव
गच्छति एव
Svalpamapi vedam adhyaropayan ityartha.
स्वल्पमपि
वेदम्
वेदम्
अध्यारोपयन्
अध्यारोपयन्
इत्यर्थः
इत्यर्थः
So yaha purushaha, this timira drishtim na munchati, this nanatva drishti, this veda drishti, this dvaita drishti na munchati, doesn't give up. Who continues to appreciate the plurality, this dvaitam, that is the one who continues to be an ajnani. So iha brahmani nana iva pashyati, who appreciates or who perceives the difference in this Advaita Brahmani, Saha Mrityoho Mrityum Gacchati. He continues, he goes from death to death. Svalpamapi Vedam Adhyaropayan. Even a little, Svalpam is little, Adhyaropayan, superimposing on this Advaita Brahma, even a little of Dvaita, if it is seen by the person, that person continues to be a samsara. What is the cause for samsara? This ajnana drishti, this timira drishti, avidya drishti. Na munchati, he doesn't give up. If he doesn't give up, if he doesn't gain knowledge, then avidya drishti continues. Timira drishti continues. Because of this timira drishti, this Brahmani, Advaita Brahmani, Dvaita Buddhim Aropya, samsare, this Janma Marana Dharam Gacchati Prapto. So, the Brahma which is to be gained, the knowledge of Brahma to be gained as myself, how it is possible? It is only possible with the Antakaranam, with the Shuddha Antakaranam, with the Antakaranam which is very well prepared by Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, and that Brahma in which there is no division, the one who sees a division, he continues to be a samsari. So, Therefore, avidya, this timira drishti. Avidya timira drishti. Avidya eva timiram. Avidya timiram. That avidya alone is the timira. Timira is the cataract. Avidya eva timiram, avidya timiram. Avidya timirasya drishtihi. Avidya timira drishtihi. So avidya eva timiram karmadare samasa. Avidya timirasya drishtihi, avidya timira drishtihi, tashti tatpurya samasa. Therefore, karmadare garbha, tashti tatpurya samasa. Okay. So here a little more we can see about this when we say this manasa eva idam aptavyam. Even though we have seen the meaning and understood distinctly the difference, the seemingly different presentation of the Upanishad, that is Taittiriya, Kenopanishad and this Katopanishad. It's a seeming contradiction. Now we can probe little more into it, little more investigation into it. When we say Manasa eva idam aptavyam, and the other Upanishad says Yetu Manasa na manute, that is Brahma, it is not the object of mind. It is agochara for the manas when we say, like the Taittiriya Upanishad. Now, this viroda is a real viroda. It's a real contradiction. It is not a real contradiction. How? This point is well presented in Panchadashi. Panchadashi Igara, that is Vidyaranya Swami, he has discussed this point. This seemingly contradictory teaching of the Upanishad is well presented by Vidyaranya Swami in Panchadashi. Panchadashi is a very beautiful text. In fact, I thought of doing that, but didn't have any slot for it. So it is postponed. It's a beautiful text. We can see. In that Panchadashi, this Vidyaranya Swami, he discusses this point. First, we need to understand how the knowledge takes place in the mind. How the knowledge takes place in the mind. The knowledge of anything, the knowledge of an object. The knowledge of object takes place by two-step process. The knowledge of an object takes place in the mind by two-step process. Two steps are involved. There is an object right in front of you. Say, for example, a ghata, a pot is there. We are taking the Indriya, Chakshur Indriya, for example. Any Indriya you can take, because all Indriyas are meant for knowing, for this all Pratyaksha Pramana. So, taking the example of Chakshur Indriya, a ghata, a pot is there in front of you. Now, when you open the eyes, this Ghata Jnanam takes place in the mind. How does it take place? It involves two steps. First step is through the eyes, through the Indriya functions backed up by the mind. There is no doubt about that. Indriyas function only when backed up by the mind. Eyes are open. When the eyes are open, doesn't mean the knowledge should take place. Only when mind is there, active, when mind is active behind the Indriyas, then only The mind, only the Indriyas can operate. The Indriyas can objectify things. A sleeping person also can also have the eyes open. Doesn't mean the mind is. It doesn't mean that the eyes are seeing things. Then it is not a sleep. Even though the eyes are open, but the person is sleeping because mind is not there. So here we are talking about the person is awake and his eyes are open and a gata is in front of the person. Now, this, the mind, through the Chakshurindriya, the mind meaning the vritti, through the Chakshurindriya, it goes towards the object. It goes towards the object. The vritti goes towards the object and envelops the object. The vritti, the mind, goes outward through the sense organs and envelops the object. The mind assumes the shape of the object. What is the object? Ghata. So now, Ghatakara vritti. The mind assumes the form, the shape of Ghata. So Ghatakara vritti. This is step number 1. So, with regard to any knowledge, first step is Vishaya Akara vritti. Vishaya Akara vritti takes place. But that alone doesn't complete the process. One more step is required. Vishaya Akara vritti. With that knowledge that alone knowledge doesn't take place. Now, the object, this Vishaya Akara vritti, that is called vritti vyapti. Technically, it is called vritti vyapti. The mind assuming the form of the object, it is Vishaya Akara vritti, otherwise called vritti vyapti. The object pervaded by the vritti, the thought. So this is the first step, vritti vyapti. The object is pervaded by the thought. Now, this vritti, this antakarana vritti, as the abhasa means the reflection of Chaitanyam. The reflection of Chaitanyam. So this vritti is enlivened, illumined, enlightened by the consciousness, the Chaitanyam. That is called Chidabhasa. That is called Chidabhasa. So the vritti as now the reflection of Chaitanyam, the consciousness, which is called Chidabhasa. If consciousness is not there, the vritti cannot be illumined. So consciousness is there all the way. So the first step was the vritti pervading the ghata. The second step was the consciousness. It illumines the vritti, the object, the ghatakara vritti. That is called palavyapti. So, second step is palavyapti. The pala, the result is gained. The result is knowledge. The knowledge is gained when this vritti is illumined by consciousness, chaitanyam, palavyapti. So the first step is vritti vyapti. Second step is palavyapti. Vritti vyapti, for knowledge to take place, vritti has to envelop the object, and that vritti has to be illumined by the chaitanyam. So palavyapti is the object illumined by this chidabhasa. So two steps are involved. In vritti vyapti, what happens is the vritti vyapti, the vritti envelops, pervades the object and removes the ajnanam with regard to the object. That avarana is removed. The avarana, the covering is removed. But the removal of covering alone cannot give you knowledge. What the phalam, the result is required. The result in the form of gaining that knowledge. So, vritti vyapti is required to remove ajnanam with regard to the object, and that vritti and that gata in the example gatakara vritti, it is illumined by the chidabhasa, that is phala vyapti, then the knowledge takes place. So, avarana nivritti, then phala prapti, jnana prapti, phala prapti, jnana phala vyapti. So, vritti, so it is vritti. First is that it's vritti enveloping the object. Vritti vyapti. The second step is phala vyapti. Vritti vyapti, phala vyapti. These two steps are involved in gaining the knowledge of a thing. So ghatakara vritti, and the ghatakara vritti takes place with the chidabhasa, that is phala vyapti. Ghatakara vritti removes only the ajnanam, and the phala vyapti, the knowledge which takes place in the chidabhasa is the reflected consciousness, then you gain that knowledge of the object. Now, when you say Brahma, manasa eva idam aptavyam. Manas, we are using the mind. So, here, vritti vyapti is required. Vritti is required. Without vritti, what jnanam can take place? So, vritti vyapti is required. Vritti vyapti is required with regard to the knowledge, with regard to this Brahmani Vishaya. Vritti vyapti is required for what? To remove this avaranam, to remove this ignorance with regard to Brahma. But Brahma is not an object. Therefore, phala vyapti is not required. With regard to the knowledge of Brahma, vritti vyapti is required, but phala vyapti is not required. Whereas with regard to the objects, objectifiable objects, Brahma is not an object. It is you. So vritti vyapti alone is enough to remove the avaranam, the ajnanam. Whereas with regard to the objects, vritti vyapti and followed by phala vyapti only completes the process of knowing. So for Brahma ajnanam, vritti vyapti is required because Brahma is as though covered by ajnanam. It is as though. Brahma cannot be covered by ajnanam. It is as though. And that avaranam has to be removed. That removal of that ignorance, that is only by vritti vyapti. Therefore, only Upanishad says, manasa eva idam aptavyam. Vritti vyapti is required for removing this covering called avidya, the ajnanam, whereas this phala vyapti, the chidabhasa, the chidabhasa already has got chit. So we don't need chidabhasa again. Therefore, phala vyapti not required. Once the avarana is removed, then chidabhasa has got nothing to do. So that is what the difference is. So since chidabhasa is not required for the knowledge to take place with regard to Brahma, therefore, yato vacho nivartante or yen manasa namanute, as presented by the other Upanishad, the statements are valid. And here, manasa eva itamaptabhyam means, yes, for this jnana vritti to take place, vritti vyapti is required to remove the avaranam, to remove the ajnanam. Therefore, manasa eva idam aptavyam is also valid. So, in the case of Brahma, which is saprakasha chaitanyam, phala vyapti is not required. Vritti vyapti alone is enough. No chidabhasa. Chit abhasa. Abhasa means reflection. Reflection of chit in the antakarna for the knowledge to take place, it is not required. Because this knowledge is about the very chit itself. Therefore, Palavyapti is not required. Because Brahma is Swayam Prakasha Chaitanya. Swayam Prakasha has got no ajnana. As Swayam Prakasha that has got only this avarana is there. So to remove this avarana, vritti vyapti alone is required. So therefore, this is a technical way of presenting why it is manasa eva idam aptavyam. What the Upanishad says, how it can be validated. So this is the subtle technical difference. For any knowledge to take place, Vedabhasa is required. For Brahmajnanam to take place, Vritti Vyapti is required, because that itself is a palam. Vritti Vyapti, removing the cover, removing the ajnanam is gaining jnana. There is no second step involved. Therefore, pala vyapti abhavat, not required. Therefore, manasa eva idam aptavyam is what the Upanishad says is not contradictory. Iti. Then the next mantra, you can read. Punarapi
Punarapi
tadeva prakrutam brahma aha.
Tadeva
Deva
Prakritam
Prakritam
Brahma
Aha.
Punaha api. Again. Tat eva prakritam brahma aha. Aha is says, who says? Upanishad says, Shruti says that Brahma, Upanishad talks about that Brahma, which is prakritam, which is under discussion. So Shruti again talks about Brahma. What is that? Angushtamatra purushaha
Angushtamatra Purushaha
madhya atmani tishtati
Madhyatmani Tishtati
Ishano bhuta bhavyasya
Ishano Bhuta Bhavyasya
tato vijugupsate
Tato
Tato
Vijuguprate
Vijuguprate
etad vaitat.
Etadvaitat.
Here also, the Mahavakya Upadesha is presented. So the Angushtamatra Purushaha Madhye Atmani Tishtati. This, the first line of the mantra, the Tvam Padartha is talked about. In the Mahavakya, Tat Tvam Asi, the Tvam Pada Artha is talked about in the first line. Purushaha, Madhya is Madhye. Is Sandhi, Madhye. Madhye Atmani Tishtati. Purushaha Madhye Atmani Tishtati. Here, what is Purushaha? Purushaha here it means Shariram. Purushaha, because Atmani is there, Purusha is there. Two words are there. Sometimes we use the word Purusha means Atma. Pura Ushati iti Purushaha. Puri Shete iti Purushaha. It means Atma. That way Purusha Suktam. So Purusha can mean Atma in other contexts, but here Purusha and Atma both words are used. Therefore, Purusha we have to take the meaning. Here, Purusha means we have to take the meaning of the word Purusha as Atma, and Atmani, the word can be taken as body. Atmani, the word can be mean body here. Purusha is always Atma. Purusha cannot be Shariram. Atma, the word. Here, the Atma, the word can be taken to mean the Shariram, the body. Purushaha is Atma. Pura Ushati. Puri Shete Ushat. Puri Shete. Iti Purushaha. Atma. That's why Purusha Tuttam. Purusha. That Madhye Atmani Tishtati. Atmani Madhye Purushaha Tishtati. That is a Vakya. Atmani Madhye Purushaha Tishtati. In this body. Atma meaning your body. So depending on the context, we have to take the meaning of the word Atma. Atma can mean body. Atma can mean Chidananda. Atma Chaitanyam. So depending on the context, we have to take the meaning of the word Atma. And Purushaha means only Atma. There is no confusion with regard to that. So Atmani Madhye Purushaha Tishtati. So Atmani meaning in this body Purushaha, the Atma, Tishtati, resides. And the Purusha is Angushta Matraha. Purusha is Angushta Matraha. Angushtasya Matraha iva Matraha. Matrasya. The Angushta is the thumb. Angushta is the thumb of the finger. So Angushta Matra. Matra is the measurement. Matra. The word Matra, it has got the meaning. Matra is measurement. Matra is the measurement. Angushta Matra. So Angushta Matra means Angushta Parimanam. Angushta Parimanam, so the measurement of the Angushta, the thumb. So Angushta Matraha. This Matra, the word, it is Pramane Matrach Pratyaya is added. Matrach Pratyaya is there. So Angushta Matra means Angushta Parimitaha. That Matra, it is in the sense of Pramane, the measurement. Pramane Matrach Pratyaya is the Matrach Pratyaya. So Angushta Parimanam. Angushta Parimanam to the size of the Angushta, to the size of the thumb. So the Purusha, which is of the size of the thumb, Atmani in this Shariram, Atmani is Sharire, Madhye Tishtati, resides in this body. Now, the doubt will come, whose thumb is that? Because thumb is not of the same size for all the people. That depends on the size of the body. The thumb also differs. The child has got small thumb and the grown-up has got bigger thumb. Therefore, the Purusha, the Atma, which resides in this Atmani, Shariram, it's of different size. No, that is not the Tatparya, that is not the teaching here. Upashan doesn't say that. How can Atma, which is all pervading, which is Ishvara, how can be the size of the thumb? So, here, Atmani, that is the Shariram, in the Antakaranam, this Purusha resides as Agam iti. Agam iti Pura Ushati, where in the Hridaya Akasha. Ashakara will say, in the Hridaya Akasha, in the heart, in the space of the heart, and the spiritual heart is located on the right side. We are not talking about the organ called heart, which is located on the left. Spiritual heart is located to the right. In that Hridaya Guhayam, Hridaya Akashe, this Purusha which resides as Agam. In the heart there is a Akasha, and in the Akasha there is Antakaranam. In that Antakaranam this Atma is present. Therefore Atma is said to be the size of the thumb. So the idea is this Atma is Angushta Matra is available, is Upalabdhi Sthanam, is in the heart, where it is of the size of the thumb. Thumb is only here. Thumb is only to say that it is small. It doesn't mean that really it is it is actually the size of the thumb. The Angushtamatra size of the thumb means it is not literally the size of the thumb. So, and Bhashyakara will say that nicely. We'll give an example about the space in the bamboo. We will see that. So, the Purusha which resides in the Antakaranam, which is the Upadhi, and in the Antakarana Upadhi, there is, yes, the space is involved, space is there in the Antakaranam. So, in the space, in the cavity of this Hridaya Akasha, this Purusha is located. Even though the space is all pervasive. Space is all pervasive, Akasha. But this space is which is obtained in this Upadhi, Antakarana Upadhi. The Antakarana Upadhi, the space is Angushtamatra. In the space which is of the size of the thumb, the space also is called Angushtamatra. So there it is located. So therefore the Atma, which is not limited, which is obtained in this Hridaya Akasha. And the Akasha is also the size of the thumb, and Atma is also the size of the thumb. Therefore, Angushta Purushaha. Purushaha iti. More details we will see when we read the Bhashyam. So, Angushta Purushaha. The idea is this Atma, it's Upalabdhi Sthanam. Atmanaha Upalabdhi Sthanam is this Hridaya Akasha. In that Akasha, which is there this Atma is. So, Hridaya Akashe Upalabdhatvat Purushaha Purnaha. So, Purushaha Purnaha. And this Purusha is Bhuta Bhavyasya. This Purusha which is Bhuta Bhavya. Bhuta Bhavyasya. Bhuta is past. Bhavya is future. So Bhuta Bhavyasya. Bhuta Bhavyasya. Bhuta Bhavyasya Nikilasya Jagataha Ishvaraha. So this Bhuta Bhavyasya Jagataha Ishvaraha, the Lord, who is Purnaha, Ishanam Bhuta Bhavyasya. This Brahma is the Lord Ishanam Bhuta Bhavyasya, who is the Lord of the past and the present. It means Kalatrayasya Ishaha. Viditva, having known this Ishanam Viditva, having known this Ishanam, the Lord, who is the Lord of the past, Bhuta and Bhavya, what is going to come in the future, which includes the present also. So he is the Lord of time. Kalatrayasya. Bhuta Bhavya means all the three Kala. Kalatrayasya. So he is the Lord of the Kala. So Kaleshwara. So having understood this Ishanam, na Vijigupsate. The person, na Vijigupsate, already we have seen the meaning of the word Vijigupsate. It doesn't seek for security anymore. Na Vijigupsate. Because he has sought that, he has gained that which doesn't require to be secure. Gaining that, he doesn't have to seek for security because he has gained that security, that which is Purnaha, Purushaha. That Purusha which is located in the Hridaya Akasha, in the individual Hridaya Akasha, equivalent to the size of the thumb. Thumb is only size is only an expression. It is not really this equal to the size of the thumb. So it's only thumb is small. So the Hridaya Akasha is also small only. And that Hridaya Akasha which is unlimited, and that unlimited, that Akasha, like in the Gata Akasha, the same Akasha is present, the same Akasha which is everywhere is present in the Gatam also, the pot also. Similarly, in that Hridaya Akasha, in the space of the Hridaya, the all-pervading Ishvara is also present. That is what this Angushta Matra means. There is no other Tatparyam to this Angushta. Upanishad uses Angushta. So that this Purusha, who is the Lord of Bhuta Bhavya, who resides in the Hridaya Akasha, the one who knows that. Navijigupsate. Having known him, the person doesn't seek for anything else in life. He becomes Muktaha. Etat Vaitat. Etat Vaitat. This is what in Nachiketa, what you asked for. This is the meaning of this mantra. The Bhashya part we will see. That we will see in the next class. Simple Bhashyam, only 2 lines. We will see. We'll do that in the next class. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanta Shanta Shantihi. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಗುರುಜಿ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಗುರುಜಿ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಜಿ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಜಿ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಗುರುಜಿ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.